What if I told you the peace you're looking for isn't far away? While you've been looking for some big, loud moment of change, the real signs might be the things you've been ignoring. The things you think are your biggest problems, your weaknesses even. What if these are actually proof that something deep inside you is growing? From what the ancient wisdom teaches us, most people on this path don't even know they're on it. You probably think you're failing. You feel too much. You're too sensitive. You feel disconnected from everyone. But have you ever considered that these exact feelings are the signs that you are waking up to what is real? Let's talk about the big misunderstanding. I want to share a simple observation with you. It really changed how I see this journey. For a long time, I watched people go through what they thought was the worst time of their life. Everything felt heavy. They questioned every choice they ever made. They felt like a boat with no anchor. I used to think they were just falling apart. Then I noticed a pattern. The old teachings describe these exact feelings, but not as a sign of breaking down. They're signs of breaking open. It's a great misunderstanding about finding inner peace. Think about it. We're taught to expect it to feel like total bliss, like quiet music, all the time. But real growth often feels like a messy room you're trying to clean. To make it clean, first you have to make a bigger mess. You have to pull everything out. You have to see all the dust. It feels like you're losing control, losing the old you. And that's okay. That's exactly how it works. You can't find your footing on solid ground until you realize you've been walking on shaky ground. You can't see clearly until you admit your vision has been blurry. The process starts by feeling a little lost. It's perfectly natural. Here are a few signs you might be going through this. Things most of us get wrong. First, let's talk about becoming more sensitive. Pay close attention to this, because this might be happening to you right now. Do you notice you're becoming more sensitive to everything? It's not just your feelings, though that's a big part of it. It's also about crowded places. The kind of mood certain people bring into a room. You might find you can't watch violence on TV anymore. Or you notice how the food you eat really affects you. Most people see this and think, I'm becoming weak. They think they're too soft for this world. So they try to get tougher, to build walls, to care less. But ancient wisdom sees it differently. This growing sensitivity, it just means your container is getting bigger. Imagine your awareness was like a small cup. Now it's becoming a large bowl. You just feel more of everything. It's not a sign that you're broken. It's a sign that you're becoming more aware. You are able to feel things that were always there, but you were just too busy to notice. When you start noticing the unspoken feelings in a room, the tension, the joy, you aren't becoming weak. You're becoming awake. The challenge is, nobody teaches us how to hold all of this. We think something is wrong with us, when actually, we're just starting to feel things as they truly are. The second sign can be a bit unsettling. You start to question everything. Your path in life, your work, your relationships, even the very person you thought you were. Suddenly, nothing feels solid anymore. If you're in this phase, you probably feel like you're lost at sea, like you've lost your map and your compass. But what if questioning everything is the most honest thing a person can do? Wisdom teaches us that before you can hold what is true, you must be willing to let go of what is not. And the only way to find out is to gently question it. Most of us go our whole lives carrying beliefs that were given to us. By family, by school, by the world. We live like copies of other people's ideas. But when you start to grow from the inside, those old ideas feel like tight clothes. They just don't fit anymore. This questioning phase is not a crisis. It's a clearing. You aren't losing yourself. You are making space to find yourself. It's like sorting through a messy closet. You're deciding what to keep because it's truly yours, and what to let go of because it was never yours to begin with. The process can feel a little lonely, sure, but you're building your own path, stone by stone, which brings us to a third sign. You find yourself needing to be alone more than ever before. It's not because you're sad or trying to push people away. It's because you need quiet. You need space to hear your own thoughts, to feel what's going on inside. This can be confusing, right? Especially if you've always been a social person. Suddenly, small talk feels tiring. Parties feel loud. You start saying no to things. You'd rather take a walk or just sit in a quiet room. Your friends might worry about you. They might think you're pulling away. But think of it like this. When a seed is planted, it needs to be alone in the dark soil for a while. It's not dying. It's gathering the strength it needs to break through the ground. Your need for quiet is just like that. In the silence, away from all the noise and expectations, you can feel your own rhythm. You can notice your own breath. This isn't a retreat from life. It's a sacred pause, a moment to let things settle. You're not becoming unfriendly. You are simply learning to guard your inner space. If you feel this pull for more quiet time, hit that like button, because this need for space is your own way of preparing for growth. Fourth sign, you start to notice the small connections everywhere. You'll be thinking about something, and then someone mentions it. A book falls off the shelf and opens to a page that has the answer you were looking for. Some might call this coincidence, but deep observation shows us that it's something else. As your mind gets quieter, you simply start to see the threads that connect everything. Imagine you're on a hill, looking down at a city. Before, all you saw was random traffic, but from up high, you start to see the patterns, the way the streets connect, the flow of it all. These moments of connection aren't magic tricks from the outside. They are signs that the world inside you and the world outside you are starting to find a similar rhythm. The fifth sign can be the hardest one. Your emotions feel like they're all over the place. A roller coaster. One moment you feel a deep, quiet joy for no reason at all. The next, a wave of sadness washes over you, and you don't even know where it came from. This intensity can make you feel unstable, like you're losing your balance. But here's another way to look at it. This is your heart becoming more open. For most of our lives, we learn to hold back our feelings, to keep them neat and tidy. But as you become more aware, as you feel your connection to life more deeply, your capacity to feel simply gets bigger. It's like a river that's been dammed up for years. When the dam is removed, the flow is wild and messy at first, but it's a sign of a healthy, flowing river. You're not becoming unstable. You're becoming honest. You're feeling the real texture of being alive. Okay, let's take a breath here. So far, have any of these felt familiar? Feeling more sensitive, questioning things, needing to be alone, noticing these strange connections, feeling these big emotional waves. If you're seeing yourself in this, I invite you to do something simple. Write in the comments below which sign you recognize the most. Because you know what? When we share this stuff, we realize we're not alone. We find out there's a whole lot of us cleaning out our inner rooms. If this resonates with you, you're in the right place. Subscribe to walk this path together. Let's make the space for growth. Type this in the comments below. I am Miki Ste Guaudu. Just to affirm it for yourself and for all of us. The sixth sign can make you feel strange. You start to notice little slips in reality. Time might feel like it's slowing down or speeding up. You might have strong feelings of having been somewhere before. You might get a flash of knowing something, but you have no idea how you know it. Most people who experience this worry that something is wrong with their mind. But let's look at this through a different lens. When water becomes very, very still, you can see all the way to the bottom. Your mind is just becoming more still. You're starting to notice things that were always there, just beneath the surface of your usual, busy thoughts. It's not a sign that your mind is breaking. It's a sign that your awareness is deepening. Seventh, a feeling of confusion about your purpose. This one can really throw you off balance. The things that used to drive you, your career goals, making more money, what other people thought of you, they suddenly feel a little hollow, empty. You might ask yourself, What's the point of all this? What am I even doing here? It can feel like the ground has vanished from under your feet, especially if you've built your whole life around these goals. But what if being lost is the first step to finding a true path? As your inner world shifts, your real direction starts to emerge. Not the one society gave you, not the one your parents wanted for you, but the one that grows from your own quiet center. And for that new path to appear, the old one has to fade away. This confusion is not a problem, it's a transition. Trust this empty space. Your true direction is like a sunrise. It can only appear after the darkness of the night. The eighth sign is when your intuition gets stronger. Your gut feelings. It's like you just know things without having to think them through. You can feel what people are really trying to say beyond their words. You get these little hunches that turn out to be right. Many people get scared by this. They've been taught to only trust their logical mind. So they try to ignore these feelings, to explain them away. But really, intuition is a very natural thing. It's a part of all of us that's been sleeping. We're just so busy and loud in our own minds that we don't listen. As you become quieter, as the separation between you and the world becomes a little thinner, you just naturally start to feel more, to sense more. You're not becoming weird. You're becoming more whole. You are simply remembering a way of knowing that our modern world told us to forget. The ninth sign is both beautiful and difficult. You feel this deep compassion for everyone, for all living things. Watching the news can bring real pain. You see someone struggling on the street and your heart just goes out to them. This can feel overwhelming at times. It can feel like you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. People might tell you you're being too sensitive. But this growing compassion isn't a weakness. It is a sign of true strength. As your awareness grows, you naturally start to feel this connection to everything. Because deep down, we are all connected. Like branches on the same tree, this compassion isn't meant to drown you. It's meant to guide you. The challenge is learning how to keep your heart open without getting completely drained. How to care deeply without carrying everyone else's burden as your own. And that brings us to the 10th, and maybe the deepest sign. You start to let go. You begin to surrender, not in a passive way, but in a wise way. You stop trying to control every little detail of your growth. For most of this journey, you've probably been fighting these changes, trying to figure them all out with your head, treating it like a problem that needs to be solved. The 10th sign is when you finally stop fighting the river. You just let go. You stop resisting the sensitivity and start seeing it as a gift. You stop fearing the quiet and start enjoying it. This doesn't mean you give up. It means you recognize there's a flow to life, a natural intelligence that is much bigger than your own plans, and you learn to work with it, not against it. In that moment of letting go, something shifts. The mess starts to find its own order. The quiet becomes your guide. Your purpose begins to shine through the fog, clear and simple. Now, here is what's really important to understand. If you recognize yourself in these signs, it's not that you're becoming peaceful. It's that you are peaceful. You're just starting to notice what has been true all along. Finding inner peace is not a destination you arrive at. It's not a prize you win. It's simply remembering what you already are, underneath all the noise, the fears, the ideas of who you're supposed to be. These signs aren't steps on a ladder. They are just expressions of your true nature, showing up in this messy, beautiful human life. You're not broken. You're not doing it wrong. You're not too much. You are waking up in a world that often prefers people to be asleep. If this path feels true for you, I invite you to share your journey in the comments. Let others know they are not walking alone. Your story matters. So what do you do with this? How do you work with these changes? First, stop thinking of these feelings as problems. They are not symptoms to be cured. When you feel sensitive, don't build a wall. Learn how to create space for yourself. When the questions come, don't rush for an answer. Learn to sit with the not knowing. When you need to be alone, don't feel guilty. Honor your need for quiet. Second, find people you can be quiet with. People who understand this journey and don't try to pull you back into the noise. And third, find a simple practice that grounds you. Maybe it's not sitting on a cushion. Maybe it's just walking, feeling your feet on the earth, or working in a garden. Anything that helps you feel connected to something simple and real. Finally, trust the process. A tree doesn't stress about how it's going to grow. It just grows. Trust that you know what to do. As we finish, just take one deep breath. Really feel it. You are not listening to this by accident. Your life is not random. You are here because something inside you is ready to grow. You are part of a huge shift that is happening all around us. Your own journey toward quiet clarity contributes to the whole world. Every time you choose to be gentle with your own sensitivity, you help heal a world that is harsh. Every honest question you ask helps break down old walls for everyone. You are not too sensitive. You are not too different. You are exactly what this world needs. You are living proof that peace is possible. So stop searching for some perfect state in the future. You are not becoming, you are. The peace is here. Now, the only thing left to do is to notice it, to honor it. Thank you for being brave enough to look within. If you're ready to continue this journey of inner clarity, subscribe. This is just the beginning. And remember, the signs have always been there. Now you just know how to read them.